guest now is Hannah Smith, and Hannah is from Linden, North Carolina. And Hannah, who is this gorgeous horse that you have here?
This is Mustang Joe.
Mustang Joe. Well, tell us a little bit about him.
Joe's 15 years old. He was originally gathered as a 3-year-old off the range for the Extreme Mustang Makeover. And then whoever was supposed to pick him up wasn't able to come and get him, so he went to a sanctuary. And from there, he was on their range for a little while with a herd of horses.
Right.
From there, he got taken. He got adopted, rescued by another organization because when the sanctuary went under, he spent some time in a round pen at their place. And then once I got him, it was the first time he really had contact with people and got worked with.
So what and all does Mustang Joe do now?
He seems to really enjoy liberty. He does a whole lot better at liberty. He enjoys not having the direct contact with the halter. He feeds really good off your body language and just working with nothing. So
okay,
he would definitely make somebody a very good liberty horse. Good boy. Whenever I start out with liberty, I like to work on drawing the horse into me so I can direct their energy from being out straight on their own towards me. And from there, I like to work out more towards the rail and having them work next to me. There you go. So here I'm going to bring him up beside me. Here. Just ask him to circle around. Here. Good boy. There you go. Draw him back in. Here. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Push out. Good boy. Back. Back. Good. Push. Push. There you go. Back in. Right there, I asked him to speed up with me a little bit faster, and he took it as move out. So I'm just going to bring him back around and back into me. There you go.
He'll count us down. Hi, our guest here is Amelia Wren, and Amelia is in the youth cutting classes here at the show in Lumberton today. And Amelia is going to tell us a little bit about the youth program that the Cutting Horse Association here provides.
Okay, the youth is you can start showing at any age, and you show up until you're 19. And they have senior and junior, and senior starts at age 14. And we show all over, and there's big shows and win scholarship. This is area 18 that we're showing at right now, and they have a big scholarship cutting in January at North Augusta. Right. And we go to different shows and do a lot of activities there. Different shows have activities for us to do, and the youth gets together sometimes, and we do fundraisers for the youth. And me and one of my friends who's actually here today, we just did a t-shirt sale, and we raised a bunch of money on that. We actually designed the logo for the youth and the design and the color and everything for the t-shirt. And yeah, we have a lot of fun in the youth.
That's great. And so you have like a national competition for youth too?
Yes, they take in, I think it's July, down in Fort Worth, Texas. They have a big show, the Summer Spectacular. And that's what they call it for the youth. It's actually called the Derby. And it's 3 weeks. And in one of those weeks, we have a youth cutting. And you will show, and then if you make the finals, you show again at the end of the week. And during that week, they take the top 15 in this country, and they all compete, and they show 3 nights, and they combine your scores, and at the end, whoever wins, I think they win scholarship money. Right. So
do North Carolina kids pretty much? Do we have some that participate in that?
Yes, we have several that do. They did good this year. Very good. So we're excited about that.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the class that you were just in.
That was the 2000, and it's a class for people who have not won $2,000, and it was not fresh cattle, so I was very happy with my cows, considering.
Right. Now explain fresh cattle.
Fresh cattle would be cattle that have never been worked. They actually, the trainers had to go in there and settle the cattle. As far as with non-fresh cattle, you don't.
Right.
And fresh cattle normally work a little bit better.
Right, because they're not quite as smart yet, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So.
All right, and so you had a really good score of 75. You know, tell me about your run.
I had a really good run. I'm really excited. It's actually my high score. And my cattle, I was very happy with my cattle. And second cow I feel like was the best.
Right.
Really let my horse work it. And all three of my cattle did actually. And so
Your horse just did an awesome job. I mean, it really engaged that cow and held it. You looked fabulous out there.
I love my horse. He's carried me many miles.
Right.
He's actually my first horse. We've been to the finals and the scholarship cutting down in Texas.
Right.
He's taken me to the scholarship cutting in Area 18 several times, and Jackson, Mississippi, which is another big show. He took me to the finals in that.
Very good.
I love him. Yes.
All right. Well, it looks like you're in good shape today to win.
Yes.
So thank you for your time. I appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Modern Horseman TV will be right back.
People from around the Triangle come to Carolina Barbecue of Garner off Highway 70 because they know what they'll get. Authentic Eastern North Carolina chopped barbecue, Southern fried chicken, hush puppies, Brunswick stew, and more. But did you know that they'll come to you? For your next backyard party, company event, graduation party, weddings, rehearsals, or any other occasion, you bring the people, and Carolina Barbecue of Garner will bring the pig. Call 773-0222.
Follow me to Carolina Barbecue.
My guest now is Mark Lavender from Brenham, Texas, and Mark is the judge here today. So I'm going to get Mark to tell us a little bit about what you look for when you're judging a cut and show.
My job is a judge. Like there's different caliber of cutting horse shows all over the United States, all over the world. The bigger ones have 5 judges. The smaller ones have 1, which I'm here by myself today.
Okay.
And so my job is to give money away.
Right.
You know, it's my job to decide, you know, who is the best, second, da-da-da-da-da. And so we score them accordingly. An average score, depending on where you're at, would be 70, 71, 72.
Right.
So anything above that would be real good.
Okay.
The caliber of horses, the caliber, the cows, you know, how they cooperate with what's going on, has a lot to do with how good your score is going to be. If you're going to win, lose, draw. The toughest thing about showing cutting horses is there's 5 different minds, you know, trying
5?
to, you've got 2 people holding the herd.
Right.
You've got 2 people turning back.
Okay.
And you've got the guy showing.
That's true.
So in Texas, where I live, that's 5.
You're right.
Okay. So, you know, putting all that together is really a work of art, almost. I worked for a man, his name was Buster Welch, and he still is legendary in this business. And he made the comment one time that showing cutting horses like painting a portrait. You know, so
I can see that
so
actually.
a little here and a little there, and when the buzzer goes off, you got your picture.
Right.
And so I've always kept it in my mind that when I'm showing horses, that I want to present a good picture for the judge. The amount of work you get done. You know, I want them to think that I'm actually trying to win something. And it's, you know, and you're only as good is your horse.
Right.
And,
Texas is kind of the heart of the cutting industry, isn't
well,
it?
Texas is where
Where it
the
originated?
3 major events are. And over time, over the years, a lot of people have moved to Weatherford, Texas, because it's 15 miles away from Fort Worth,
Right.
which that's where the 3 major events are. And each one of those lasts 21, 22 days at a time.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense, maybe,
does, really.
to move there. You know, so there's been a lot of really good horses, really good trainers, you know, congregate. And there's still people that are still trying to maintain their roots,
Right.
I might say. And, you know, keep their families in North Carolina where they're from.
Sure.
Makes it tough, you know, to travel to Fort Worth 3 times a year. Makes you say, well, how good is my horse? And, you know, there are some really good young hands here today, and they're learning. I was there.
Right.
You know, we're always learning. But, you know, as we mature, we start, you know, calling a spade, you know. So how good really is your horse? You know, because it's a lot of work to get one ready to show.
Right. I can see where it would be.
You know, so if you the great thing about a weekend show like this, they've got several different classes. So you can show your greener horses and try to develop them. You've got the open, which was first,
Right.
and that's for, you know, open horses. Then you've got a $10,000 class, which is for horses that haven't won $10,000 in a weekend setting.
Okay.
And then we also have $3,000. So we have different classes here that we can show these younger horses and try to bring them along, you know, trying to develop them. Kind of like these college football teams right now playing these maybe not so good teams, you know, to get their
Right.
team to gel
Right.
before Alabama has to go play at A&M this afternoon.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So so as you're bringing these horses along, you know, and you can be critical about, you know, how good is my horse, and go from there. And hopefully we got one good enough we can go show at Fort Worth.
Stay tuned. Modern Horseman TV will be right back.
If you're interested in a career working with horses, then Martin Community College is the place for you. MCC's Equine Technology program is the only one offered among North Carolina's 58 community colleges. The program is management-oriented with classes in breeding, nutrition, training, riding, equine health, and more. Graduates can leave MCC prepared to work in recreational and racing barns, breed to discipline-oriented farms, or assistant farm management. For more information, contact Martin Community College today.
What I'm explaining to start with is a little bit about cutting. Cutting at a show, we have 2.5 minutes to do what we're going to do. In a cutting situation, we work square. We have 2 people holding the herd where they're still. We have 2 people that moves the cow out in front of us. At home, when we're turning the horses to make our cows last longer, we put our cows in the middle of the pen versus on the side. Allows that cow to have more freedom to move around, makes the cow last longer. We don't use up cows in a short distance, plus it takes the pressure off of these horses to where they don't feel so much pressure. This is a 5-year-old stud horse belonging to Ronnie Mathis. We've been showing him for the last couple of years, had a lot of real good success with him. We're going to PA with him this weekend. We were in New Jersey last weekend with him. And very, very nice stud colt, and we've had some very good success. If you'll watch him, he really works off of his back end, so that when he's working, he's always has that power. We want that horse to stay on his butt, and that keeps that power loaded up all the time. I'll tell you a little bit more about it while we're working. Larney's over here on my using horse. She's gonna help me move the cows. We go in and we pick which cow we want. Once we let this horse know what cow we want, then we drop our hand. The only thing we're allowed to use is our feet. Now when I'm here at home, I may pick my hand up and tune my horse, because if you don't tune him at home, you'll tune him at the show. So you'll see me occasionally, since we're going to the show this weekend, I may tune on him to be sure he stays sharp. You watch this horse watching that cow, his job is to mimic that cow's moves. You watch him when he stops, how he sits on that butt. He waits for that cow before he turns around. He's always on his butt. So he waits on that cow. So he gets drawing back, that cow's thinking, he's like, okay, I'm backing up here, I'm ready for you. We let this horse know that we're quitting. Whenever we put our hand on our neck, it tells that horse that we're fixing to quit. I've only had one person in all the years of doing this that's got on a cutting horse, and when they got off, they said it was okay. Most of the people that try it, they go home and get them a cutting horse. Walk through here, I look at the cows, see which one that might have some move to it, but take hold of my horse. And I step up and I separate that cow. Once I separate that cow, then I drop my hand. When I drop my hand, then that horse knows it's time for him to do his job. This is one of them times where I kind of check his brakes, be sure he's always coming back to me. I want my horses to wait on me, only go when I mash them in defeat. I have horses here. The horse that Lauren's owns is a practice horse. We have a lot of people come up and they want to take a cutting lesson. We welcome anyone that wants to come try cutting to come over and join us and try it. If you try it, I guarantee you'll have a smile on your face when you get through. The key to being able to stay on a horse, a lot of people say, how do you stay on? If you want to stay on, the best way to do it is always keep your eye on that cow no matter what. See that horse draw back? In case that cow wants to give it a quick move and try to sucker him. Okay. You see this horse was always dead on it, no matter where that cow was doing. He was dead on his moves. At the shows we have 2.5 minutes. We have to cut 2 cows. You can cut 3 cows if you want to out of cutting, but you have to cut 2 cows without being penalized. If you're at a show, you can't move your hand at a show. If you do, you get penalized. You can kick him all you want between the cinches. That's called my ground. I can do whatever I want to do between the 2 cinches. So these horses are supposed to stop, and turn around, and then when they turn around, they wait on me to drive them back across that cow. And they're supposed to mimic that cow's move, whatever that cow does. It was funny the other day, I was working one out here, and Lauren and I was talking about him mimicking, and the cow reached around and there was a fly on his shoulder. It reached around and bit at his shoulder, licked his shoulder. The horse did the very same thing. It was a coincidence that it both happened at the same time, but it looked like he was exactly mimicking that cow's moves exactly. Okay, now we're fixing to get another one and do another one.
We're in Lumberton, North Carolina this afternoon at the Southeastern Agricultural Events Center. We're watching a team sorting put on by the Border Belt Horsemen's Association. And this is a really cool sport for people to watch and be involved in, because it doesn't matter what your age or what your skill level, there is a division that will suit you. With me now is Ryan King. Ryan, how old are you?
11 years old.
And you do the ranch sorting?
Yes, ma'am.
So how long have you been doing that?
Since I was 5.
Wow, that's terrific. Now I understand you go to a lot of sorting, so tell me a little bit about your career in sorting. Where all do you travel?
I go to Mississippi, Florida, Texas, Alabama.
Wow. And I understand you have a big prize buckle there that you won not too long ago.
Yes,
Show it to the audience there so they can see. That's just fabulous. I know you're proud of that. What is it about ranch sorting that you love?
2 went in, not 3.
I just like to be with my horses.
And that camaraderie of working together and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And who do you like to ride with best?
My dad.
Okay, very good. And what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to travel the country and show horses.
All right. Well, sounds like you're on a good start to doing that. Thank you for your time. Hi, with me now is Liz King, and Liz King is part of Jerry King Cutting Horses Ranch out of Parkton, North Carolina. But Liz is a ranch sorter. So tell us a little bit about what draws you to this sport.
It's a lot of fun. It's you have to think fast. You go in there and they call out a number, and you go and get that number out, and then it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have to think fast because cows are moving around, and you have partners, and it's not as expensive as cutting the cutting horses. A lot of people can't do the cutting because of the cost of it.
Right.
So this is another avenue for those horses that didn't make the cut, or also the riders that don't have the financial needs to do cutting. But it's a lot like it, you know, and it's just a really neat sport. It's growing. It's one of the #1 sports growing.
And I notice there's a lot of women and kids and families that do this.
It's a huge family.
Yeah.
Huge family, and it's a good atmosphere, and a lot of stuff for the kids to do, and they have kid classes. They have the youth and amateur, and the adults can ride with them, which you know, gets them going in it, so they can do it.
And then you can pick the partner that you want to ride with.
You pick the partners that you can ride with, and you can most of the sortings you can ride up to 10 rides per class.
That's nice too, because you get a lot of action. It's not just one time and you're done.
Exactly. And it doesn't, like I said, it's not, you can ride, let's say, 20 times in one day, you know, and not cost you a fortune. And then you win money, you know, according to how many are in the class.
Right.
If they have added money, you win money. So that's a good incentive to
For sure.
keep going.
Yeah, at least it pays your gas and stuff, makes it free. Well, tell me, if I was wanting to get into this sport, how would I go about doing that?
Well, the thing to do is come to one and talk to the people that are riding and the trainers. It really helps to have a horse that is broken the sides and his mouth and the face, is because you've got to turn sharp and you got to use your legs. So you can just talk to the people that are sorting and find out, you know, a horse for sale or who you can go to get lessons to see if you're going to like it.
Right.
And, you know, go from there.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Hi, with us now is Marcia and Scott Hunt from Littleton, North Carolina. And Scott, tell us a little bit about ranch sorting and how this all works.
Well, it's 10 cattle, well actually 11 cattle. One has a blank 0 through 9 of the numbers. They call a number. You have 60 seconds to sort your cattle out. In order, whatever number they call, you start with like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right.
On like that, you have 60 seconds to get them to the other pen, or how many you get is based on the most number of cattle in the other pen.
Right.
You win it.
And then is it the most number of cows in the shortest amount of time?
Yes, shortest amount of time.
Okay. And what kind of things do you look for when you're looking for a ranch sorting horse?
A horse with a little bit of cow to him, but got a real good handle to him.
Cow number 4. Forward motion.
A lot of forward motion in him, and that's about it.
Marcia, tell us a little bit. I saw you ranch sorting a while ago. Tell us a little bit about ladies doing this sport.
Well, it's really nice. You can ride with your spouse, you can ride with kids, you can ride with friends, but it's just nice to get in there because it's anybody's game, because it's you, your partner, and the cattle. A lot of factors. So you can just relax and have a good time. It's just fun. It's fun. And anybody can do it. It's very controlled.
Very good. How many runs a day do they do in this kind of competition? How is it divided?
Well, different places have different numbers. Like here, it's a 10 ride limit, so you can ride 10 times in each class, and there's 3 or 4 classes here today.
Okay.
Based on whether you're an open rider, amateur, or a novice rider, just a beginner just getting started. I mean, it's good for everybody.
And some shows you go to have draws, which means you can just put your name in and say you want 5 rides, and you can draw up with different people, and that's always good.
And then you can select different folks that you want to run with too, and change your partners out.
Right.
That looks like fun.
So it is. You get to meet a lot of nice people.
Yeah, I guess it works good for beginners because you can get somebody that's seasoned to kind of help you and coach you.
They don't have to have nobody to come with them to the show. They can come by themselves, you know, and just draw rides and have plenty of people to ride with.
How long have y'all been doing this?
About 20 years.
Wow.
And we're still doing it together.
Yeah, you haven't killed him yet. That's a good sign.
Right.
So you do clinics in this too?
Yes.
And where are your clinics?
At home at Littleton up there, I work with people, helping them with ranch
And I saw some
and
people
working cattle,
back
and
there.
help
We do
work
have
with the
barbecue
horses
plates.
and whatever.
Do you have a website?
No, ma'am.
How do people get in touch with you if they want to take a clinic?
Call us on the phone.
Yeah, and have to call us.
Right.
Okay. And that number would be?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know my number.
252-532-0184.
Okay.
And he also works with people by the day. They don't have to do a clinic. They can just come and work the day. He'll work with them and their horse, or they can come by themselves and we'll put them on our horses.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your explanation.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed the team sorting this afternoon. They kind of make it look easy. I'm really anxious to try this. For more information about the Border Belt Horsemen's Association and the events that they put on, you can go to the Border Belt Horsemen's Association website. It's borderbelthorseman.com. Thank you for watching. Are you ready for that awesome outdoor experience? An outdoor living space that can be enjoyed by all? Let the expertise of award-winning Belgard authorized contractor Harper Landscaping, serving eastern and central North Carolina, design and install that perfect space. A place to let the family enjoy and relax, a divine intervention to outdoor living. Whether it be a cookout with friends and family or an after-school hangout, Harper Landscaping can help you create that perfect space for many moments to cherish.